When we talk about, we kind of classified two things. We classify a wealth bucket and an income bucket.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me ask you a question here. What feeds the wealth bucket?
The wealth bucket is fed with an overflow from the income bucket.
Right.
And that's why there's that accumulation phase where not only are you earning money from your job to pay your bills, have a little bit of fun, but there should hopefully be enough left over to put into your retirement bucket, into that wealth bucket.
Yeah. Yeah. So when the smart money uses the leverage, because I'm sure our listeners want to understand more about the leverage, talk about why the smart money uses the Forex market. What are some of the perks with that? And what is it actually?
The Forex market is the foreign exchange market, and it's just simply looking at the difference in exchange rates between two different currencies traded as a pair. Typically, you're looking at one currency going up in value while another is going down in value. Most people actually have been involved in that market. If you've done any traveling, any foreign traveling, and if you've exchanged your dollars for pesos, for example, that's the foreign exchange market. That market, by the way, for investors, for speculators, is open 24 hours a day and has fantastic leverage, maybe 50-to-1 leverage. That's where a margin account can control a much larger overall investment. And by the way, that market, as I mentioned, is open 24 hours a day, but it's the biggest market in the world. It trades over $5 trillion a day.
And that's bigger than all the stock markets in the world combined. That's one market.
Right. That's one market. But why haven't people heard about it? Why are people really directed towards stock and mutual funds? Well, it's probably because from a beneficial standpoint, that's what benefits these Wall Street firms the most.
That's that 4-letter word, fees.
Fees are look at fees as being somebody taking a drill and drilling a hole big enough for dollars to fall out of in your income and your retirement bucket. If those fees are there on a consistent basis, they're not only just taking money away from you, but they're taking the potential for compounding away from you. And that's where the real damage comes in, because every dollar that you can invest now has a potential in the future of being worth many, many more times that dollar, because each dollar is producing more dollars. And if that's taken away from you, that takes away a good part of what could be in your portfolio when you retire. Maybe 40, 50, 60% could be gone.
You're right. I mean, we're seeing so many people coming in right now that want to understand the Forex market, because I feel it's the best market out there for people to get started because of that leverage. But it also it typically trends well based on what's the word I'm looking for, Al?
I wish I could help you.
Based on monetary policy, right? I mean,
okay.
Countries don't change their exchange rates that often. I mean, if they do, that would really affect the companies that do business there. So that's why a lot of people really like that market and the opportunity to use the leverage any time of day. Now think about that. If people are working during the day, they have the opportunity to trade and invest at night. That makes a heck of a lot more sense than trying to do it over a lunch hour at work, right? When the stock market is only open for 6.5 hours per day. That's all the U.S. is open. So having these opportunities just brings more opportunity to people in their distribution years and their accumulation years. Coming up next, I want to get into how to get started. We're talking a lot of new terms that some people may not have known. We have people that listen to the show every week and they still don't understand, so they want to learn how to get started. So coming up next, how to get started. This is Josh and Al, Investing with Confidence. We will be right back.